buttons.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy M Smash, and today we're going to break down one of the most important tools in audio mixing, compression. I'll show you what it is, why it's useful, and how you can start using it to make your music sound better. So what exactly is audio compression? In simple terms, compression controls the volume of your audio, making the loud parts quieter and the quiet parts louder. This creates a more balanced, polished sound and helps your audio sit better in a mix. Imagine a singer's voice that jumps between soft and loud notes. Compression can help keep everything even. Let's go ahead and take a deep dive on how compression controls work. Number 1, threshold. The threshold is the volume level where the compressor starts working. Think of it as a trigger point. When the audio gets louder than the threshold, the compressor kicks in. So, setting the right threshold is the key to deciding when the compression happens. On to number 2, ratio. The ratio controls how much compression is applied. A higher ratio means stronger compression. For example, a 2-to-1 ratio would make sounds that go above the threshold twice as quiet. Ratios around 2.1 or 4.1 are good for vocals, while higher ratios like 10.1 are more extreme and often used for limiting. On to number 3, we have attack. Attack determines how quickly the compressor reacts once the audio passes the threshold. A fast attack catches sudden loud sounds instantly, which is great for controlling peaks in vocals or drums. A slower attack, however, allows the initial sound through, which can make instruments feel a lot punchier. Moving on to number 4, we have release. Release is how long the compressor takes to stop compressing once the audio goes back below the threshold. A short release sounds snappy, while a longer release can make the compression feel a lot smoother. Last but not least, we have makeup gain. Finally, makeup gain boosts the overall volume after compression. Since compression reduces loud sounds, makeup gain lets you bring the level back up to your track so it doesn't lose impact. Now let's get started with the vocal. I'll set a low threshold so the compressor catches most of the peaks and a 4:1 ratio for moderate compression. I'll use a medium attack and release to keep it smooth. Now listen to the difference when I toggle the compression on and off.
I can think about those times, only money on my mind. I can say you ruined everything when you was in my life, but a smile is my disguise, only choose to victimize. I remember all your hurtful words and all your fucking lies. Ain't no pressure, oh no.
You can definitely hear how the vocals sit more consistently without sudden loud spots. Now let's go ahead and check out the drum track. For the drums, I'll use a faster attack to catch the drum hits quickly and a slower release to keep the compression smooth. Notice how it brings the punchiness out of the drums and controls any overly loud hits. Here are a few quick tips to help you get started with compression. Number 1, start with gentle ratios. For most tracks, try a ratio of 2.1 or 4.1 to start. This will give you control without squashing the sound too much. Number 2, adjust your threshold carefully. The threshold should be low enough to catch the loud spots, but not too low that it compresses everything. Always aim for balance. On to number 3, we have makeup gain to match levels. After applying compression, use makeup gain to bring back the overall volume to match the original sound. This way, you don't lose any volume in the process. Last but not least, and more importantly, listen to how it feels, not just the numbers. Compression isn't just about settings. Trust your ears. Make sure your track sounds smoother and more consistent without feeling too squashed. And that's pretty much it. Compression can seem confusing at first, but it really comes down to managing volume levels for a smoother, more professional sound. Don't be afraid to experiment with these settings and find out what works best for your music. Once again, thank you for watching and be sure to subscribe for more audio tips.